Hi, Hoover Library. So nice to see you again. Wish it could be in person, but doesn't mean that we can't learn about animals together. So the first animal that you're going to meet comes from an island off the coast of Africa. This island is called Madagascar. Possibly you've heard of that, right? Okay, this particular animal has 6 legs. What type of animals have 6 legs? You're right, an insect. This particular insect is known as the tank of the insect world. It's a Madagascar hissing cockroach. Excellent. All right, there we go. So this particular insect, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs. Now, does that mean all insects have 6 legs? No, some of them have more, but most of them have 6 legs. Okay, we also have another animal here. This is not from Madagascar. This is known as a canine, and this is Percy. He likes to say hi. Okay, so back to our Madagascar hissing cockroach. Now, bugs have 3 body parts. They have a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. Head, thorax, abdomen. You'll also notice these things moving around on their head. Those are called antennae. And what do you suppose they're for? It's part of their senses. So they're nocturnal. That means they sleep during the day and they're active at night. So they use those to feel around. They also use them to communicate with other hissing cockroaches. Now, on the abdomen right here, you can see these little black dots. Let me get closer. Maybe we'll zoom in there. There we go. Okay, those little black dots, those are called spiracles. Spiracles. And that's how an insect will breathe. So do we breathe through our back? No, we breathe through our nose and our mouth, right? Well, we're not insects. So what happens with a hissing cockroach? When they get scared, they'll rapidly push air through those spiracles and they make a hissing sound. Can you hiss? Good job. You sounded just like a scared hissing cockroach. Very, very good. Okay, another thing that's different from us, other than the obvious. Can anyone show me their skeleton? You can't, right? Because it's inside of your body. We have what's known as an endoskeleton. That starts with an E, not an I. You're looking at this animal skeleton right now because they have what's known as an exoskeleton. It's on the outside of their body. They're also known as decomposers. They eat just about anything, which makes them really vital to the health of the forest. All right, so we're going to move on to our next animal. Wonder if you can guess what it is. All right, our next animal is an amphibian. Examples of amphibians are frogs, toads, salamanders. They do drink water, but they can also soak it in through their skin. So this is a pixie frog. Pixie frogs actually come from Africa. He has beautiful eyes, don't you think? I think so too. So does anybody know the life cycle of a frog or a toad? All right, very good. So the mama frog will lay eggs in a body of water, river, stream, your swimming pool. And those eggs hatch, and they look like weird little fish. And they're called tadpoles. Over time, they develop arms, legs, lose their tail, and they develop lungs. See, they're born with gills, but then they develop lungs, so they have to breathe the air like we do. So if they go underwater when they're adults, they have to come back up for air just like we do. Now, this particular frog is a carnivore. They definitely eat insects, but they also have small teeth, so they can eat small rodents as well. So something really cool about Henry VIII is when he takes a swim. So let's give that a go and see what you think. The next animal we have is a red-footed tortoise. You can tell why they're called red-footed. They have red feet, right? So tortoises live in a shell. They have an excellent defense mechanism. If they get scared, they can take their arms, their legs, their head, their tail, and they can put it inside their shell. You can't take them out of their shell, though, because their backbone is attached. This top part right here is called the carapace. The bottom part right there is called the plasteron. Now, they're omnivores. They eat fruits, vegetables, and also proteins, usually in the form of earthworms or kind of whatever else they can find. So we're going to go ahead and let Rudy, the red-footed tortoise, join Henry VIII in the swimming pool. Next animal is native to Alabama. This is a yellow-bellied slider. It's an aquatic turtle. Now, a lot of times, obviously, you'll see them in the water, but you'll also see them outside of the water. They're basking in the sun when they do that because amphibians and reptiles are cold-blooded. That means they have to use a heat source to warm up their blood so they can digest their food. So they use the sun. So just like our tortoise, you can't take them out of their shell. Top part is the carapace. Bottom part is the plastron. Now, obvious reasons, this is a yellow-bellied slider. Okay, also the slider part is because if they get scared, they'll slide backwards into the water. They're also omnivores, and his name is Leonardo. Our last animal is an African ball python. Now, snakes can be one of two things. They can be venomous, which means they have fangs and they can bite and inject you with venom, or they can be a constrictor. An African ball python is a constrictor. That means that they do have sharp rows of teeth on the top and the bottom of their mouth, and what they do is they squeeze their prey. Now, does that mean snakes are hiding out, waiting to hurt you? No. In fact, there are a lot of really good snakes. Like a king snake is a constrictor, and that particular type of constrictor eats venomous snakes. Really good snake to have around. Now, this snake's name is Beauregard, so we're going to see if we can see his tongue here. There you go. Okay, so a snake is something really interesting when they stick their tongue out. When they do that, what they're doing is they're actually smelling. In the back of their throat, they have something called Jacobson organs, and they're able to pick up the molecules in the air, take them back to the Jacobson organs, and figure out what it is they're smelling. They also have heat pits on the end of their snout. The reason why is because they eat warm-blooded mammals. Now, would he think of you guys as a meal? No, he would not. You're way, way too big. In fact, he only needs to eat one medium-sized rat a month, and that's it. Now, when snakes eat, what they'll do is they open their mouth really wide. Now, sometimes you'll hear that they can unhinge their jaw. They can't. It's elastic. So they can open their mouth wide enough to swallow their prey. They'll swallow it whole, and then it goes through a slow process of digestion. That's why he only needs to eat one time a month, because digestion is really slow. They also shed their skin. Do we shed our skin? We do, but snakes do theirs all at once. We shed skin cells, so that's the difference. Snakes do have a skeleton, and Beauregard actually ate a couple of weeks ago, so his dinner is currently passing through his system right now. So let me give you a closer look at Beauregard. He's a handsome fellow. All right, I hope you enjoyed the live animal show. Can't wait to see you guys in person. Keep reading. Have a great summer.